Please be seated. President Bollinger, on behalf of the Dean and the faculty of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, I respectfully ask your permission to start this ceremony. With that permission, I shall begin. President Bollinger, Dean Penamora, Provost Steele, Dr. Ralph Izzo, honored participants, distinguished faculty, alumni, and guests, I'm proud to recognize the members of the class of 2011. We're here today to mark their shared and individual accomplishments in these Class Day exercises. It is now my honor to present to you your class president of the class of 2011, Amanda Tan.
President Bollinger, Provost Steele, Dean Penamora, Dean Schollenberger, Dr. Izzo, administrators, faculty, alumni, family, friends, and the class of 2011, good afternoon. Today is a day to not only look ahead to the future, but also to reflect upon the years we have spent together as Columbia engineers. For me, this means thinking all the way back to August 23rd, 2007, when, after more than a day of solo traveling and across 10,000 miles, I stepped onto American soil for the first time ever. I arrived at Columbia with just 2 suitcases. As a girl from Borneo Island, I couldn't have known that I was about to begin what would be an amazing 4 years of my life. Perhaps your journey to Columbia was very different, but one thing is for sure, each one of us brought our individual identities to this campus. We arrived here with our own different educational, cultural, and personal experiences. Throughout the years, we have shared our experiences with one another, evolved, grown, and become the people we are today. Look around at the people next to you. How have they helped you grow as an individual? How have they influenced you? How have they challenged your perspectives? When I think about the many people who have impacted my life, I can't help but think about the people I met here at Columbia. I celebrated my first American holiday, Thanksgiving, with the family of a fellow Columbia engineering senior. I saw the nation's capital for the first time with a guided tour from my freshman year neighbor. All of us have shared first-time experiences with each other in one way or another. What were your first? What are the many things that you have done here that you remember for the rest of your life? As a diverse class, we have also opened each other's eyes to other cultures. One of my close friends happens to be from Jamaica. We have shared delicious Caribbean dinners downtown from the Columbia bubble, or rather, just a few blocks from here. I have also had the pleasure of sharing my own experiences with fellow Colombians through visits to the Malaysian consulate during Malaysian festivals. I have to ask myself, where else could we have had such worldly experiences, but in possibly the most colorful city in the world, New York City? 2 years ago, I met a fellow Columbia engineering senior and 3-2 student from Taiwan, who in the short time she's been here, has helped me define what a real friendship should be, one of continuous support, as well as giving and taking. She has left a profound impact on my life. Undoubtedly, each one of us has found friends like that here at Columbia who will be with us for the rest of our lives. I am still the girl from Borneo Island, but have grown significantly as an individual through the many eye-opening experiences and relationships that I've had here at Columbia. Your experiences might look a little different, but together, we have carved out many beautiful memories and friendships that we remember in the years to come. Class of 2011, we arrived here as individuals, unsure of what Columbia had in store for us. But we leave here today as one class, each one of us influenced by the people around us. As we walk out of here as proud alumni of Columbia Engineering, we will not forget the friendships that we have built, the challenging moments we've been through together, the diversity we have celebrated, the unceasing support of our faculty members, and the love and care of our family who celebrate with us today. Columbia Engineering, class of 2011, it's an honor to graduate as one of you. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Dr. Ralph Izzo earned his BS and MS in mechanical engineering, his PhD in applied physics from Columbia Engineering, and also earned an MBA from Rutgers University Graduate School of Management. He went on to join Public Service Electric and Gas Company in 1992, where he has held a variety of positions, including Chief Operating Officer and President. In 2007, he was elected Chairman and CEO of Public Service Enterprise Group, Incorporated. Dr. Izzo is a well-known leader within the utility industry, as well as the public policy arena. His public policy experience includes service as an American Physical Society Congressional Science Fellow in the Office of U.S. Senator Bill Bradley. He also served 4 years as a Senior Policy Advisor in the Office of New Jersey Governor Thomas H. Keane, specializing in energy, science, and technology. He is a member of the Board of Directors for the New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, the New Jersey Utilities Association, the Edison Electric Institute, EEI, the Nuclear Energy Institute, NEI, and the Center for Energy Workforce Development. Dr. Izzo serves as a great example of the many Columbia engineers who contribute to the field and their communities, and we are honored to have him here with us today. Please help me in welcoming your keynote speaker, Dr. Ralph Izzo.
Thank you, Amanda, and thank you for inviting me to speak on this special occasion. First, I wish to applaud the graduates. Your Columbia degree is a significant achievement. You have successfully completed a rigorous program of study in one of the world's leading universities. You have every reason to feel proud. So do your friends and families. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Now, having been in your shoes, I would like to discuss with you the value of an engineering education in a world faced with many challenges, but also one offering many opportunities. Clearly, there is value attached to the specific technical knowledge you have gained in your chosen field, but my intention is not to dwell on one field of study versus another. Rather, it is to stress that an engineering education cultivates an approach to problem solving that can be applied to help society meet its many challenges. The world needs leaders with the knowledge and skills associated with your degree. Speaking personally, candidly, it has been over 25 years since I routinely solved magnetohydrodynamic equations. Having said that, there hasn't been a moment during all those years when I doubted what I learned from solving those problems and equations extended far beyond the realm of plasma physics. Equations have a way of sticking with you for a period, but after 25 years, they don't stick with you the way they once did. Fortunately, some habits did stay with me. Habits associated with doing research, working with others, defining problems, and identifying solutions. For this and so much more, thank goodness there is such a thing as an engineering education. And thank goodness there are outstanding institutions such as Columbia. Some of my fondest memories of Columbia were hours spent with friends solving the problems of the world. Now, we did this around a coffee table, sitting in lounge chairs that probably could have won an award as the most dilapidated furniture in the city of New York. Now, as you can also imagine, the furniture didn't concern us terribly. I will tell you, the administration, in its wisdom, must have recognized that better decor would have been wasted on us. Now, however, what struck me at the time was that the intensity of our conversations varied in direct proportion to our struggles with our own engineering work. This happened with almost mathematical precision. Actually, it's called procrastinating. But there were times when I was guilty of quite the opposite extreme. I remember being quite a bit in a hurry. I was eager to wrap up my thesis. My advisor, Professor John Chu, would tell me, "Wait a minute, Izzo. There is more work to be done." And that was probably the most valuable lesson of all. There is always more to do and always more to learn. Undoubtedly, quite a number of you will apply your coursework on a daily basis. But even if you do not, the value of your education will stay with you in your work, in your civic duty, and in other ways that you cannot begin to anticipate. Your education is profoundly part of you, but also something more. It is an invaluable resource in a world that has endless need for science, for innovation, and for sound technical reasoning in order to reach informed decisions on issues that matter if we are to secure a sustainable future. It is common for commencement speakers to give advice, and all too often too much of it. But before giving some advice, it is only fair that I ask you for some help. I have a confession to make. We did not solve the world's problems as we sat around that coffee table. There remains plenty to be done, and energy is a perfect example of that. We've been talking about our energy independence for a long time, at least since the OPEC oil embargo of 1973. Now, your parents and your grandparents will probably remember, as I do, then President Carter wearing a sweater in front of a national TV audience and urging us, yes, it was television, it was not YouTube, it was none of that, and urging us to conserve energy by turning down the thermostat. That was in 1977, I believe. My generation heard the words, but acted as if there was no problem. So 30 years ago, we imported 1/3 of our oil, and today, in the name of progress, we import 2/3 of our oil. We remain dependent on fossil fuels for 85% of our energy and for nearly 100% of our motorized transportation. I strongly believe our energy choices matter and can put us on a path to something better. My industry, unfortunately, is responsible for 1/3 of the nation's greenhouse gas emissions. We need to clean up our act. To do this, my company is emphasizing a threefold approach. First and foremost, energy conservation. Secondly, renewables, such as solar and wind energy. And third, central station power plants that are as clean as possible across diverse fuels and technologies. This is just one approach among many that are possible to address our energy and environmental challenges. As our society debates questions such as whether to conserve or to drill, or do both in some combination, it will be in a better position to make appropriate decisions if there are people at the table with the knowledge and skills to evaluate options and to weigh the consequences of the choices we make. Frankly, I worry about the consequences for future generations when the response to various proposed investments, from education to health care to science research, is that we cannot afford it. Of course, we need to control costs, but we also need to ask, what do we need to do today for the sake of tomorrow? We cannot forget that 1/4 of the world's population lacks access to electricity and other things that we take for granted. The infrastructure to support energy, food, and water for the world's growing population will be an immense undertaking over the next few decades. If progress is to be made, it will take people with the dedication and know-how to diagnose problems, come up with solutions, and be the catalyst for action. In short, we need you. Now, in turn, let me offer a very, very few words of advice. Some say that showing up is 80% of the battle. Don't believe it. Anything worth your time requires much more than showing up if you truly want to make a difference. Scientists and engineers wrestle with complex problems and issues that can seem intractable. Inevitably, you will encounter bumps in the road. At times, you may feel your ideas are getting less than a full or fair hearing. But to be heard, you also need to listen. Whatever circumstances you encounter, I urge you to keep in mind the importance of communication based upon trust and mutual respect. I believe that growth comes from embracing complexity, by remaining open to learning, by welcoming diverse ideas, and by being willing to change our minds and to have the courage to go where the evidence takes us. Today, it seems quite fitting to quote the words of a great scientist. Max Planck was awarded the 1918 Nobel Prize for Physics for his discovery of energy quanta. Experimental evidence led Planck to a new idea that was radical at the time, namely that energy did not flow in a steady continuum. 80 years ago, Planck wrote, "We have no right to assume that any physical laws exist, or if they have existed up to now, that they will continue to exist in a similar manner in the future." Grappling with complexity and uncertainty is part of what our era demands. But in my view, it would be wrong, indeed it would be dangerous, if this led to a cynical conclusion that there is no truth. We must continue to ask hard questions that go with science, but at the same time, please champion a belief in the vast possibilities of applying knowledge to improve the condition of humanity. Max Planck said, "Faith is a quality that scientists cannot dispense with." So I urge you, keep the faith, keep believing in yourself, and never stop learning. Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Izzo. In each class, there are men and women who distinguish themselves and their school through superior academic accomplishments and service to others. Over the past few weeks, we have recognized students who have been particularly gracious with their time and talents, and in doing so have enhanced the Columbia community. At this time, can I have all of those students who have received departmental academic awards, athletic awards, were selected as senior marshals, were honored at the King's Crown Leadership Award dinner or celebrations, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for everything you've done for Columbia. It is now my pleasure to present the final awards given on behalf of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science. The School of Engineering and Applied Science Scholar Athlete Award is presented by the Dean's Office to the graduating student who has distinguished himself or herself as a varsity athlete and scholar. This year, the award is given to Clark Granum. The George Vincent Wendell Memorial Medal was established in 1924 by friends in the alumni and faculty of the late Professor George Vincent Wendell in honor and perpetuate his memory. Each department nominates one student, and the awardees are selected by a vote of the senior class. And this year's award is given to Amanda Tan. The School of Engineering and Applied Science Student Activities Award is presented to the undergraduate degree candidate who, by virtue of his or her willingness, energy, and leadership, has significantly contributed to the co-curricular life of the school. This year, I'm happy to present the award to Matthew Hato. The measure of an undergraduate experience can be found not only in academics, but in service and acceptance that one extends to others. As such, the Campus Life Leadership Awards are given to those students whose participation in undergraduate campus life has enhanced the very spirit of student life and created a purposeful, caring, and celebratory community at large. The recipients of the award have been successful in their endeavors to create a more understanding and accepting environment that preserves the ideals and heritage of Columbia. The 2011 recipients are Lauren Poley, and Andrea McKinnon. The Constantino Colombo Outstanding Leadership Service Award is presented to an engineering student who has demonstrated outstanding leadership and service while working with a broad base of undergraduate constituents and administrators to enhance the undergraduate student life. The award is presented in honor of Chris Colombo, who has served for 16 years as the Dean of Student Affairs. This year's award is given to Sarah Glazer. The Thomas Pop Harrington Medal is awarded to that student in the graduating class who best exemplifies the qualities of character that Professor Harrington exhibited during his 40 years of teaching at the School of Engineering from 1894 to 1935. The Harrington Medal made possible by a generous and deeply appreciated gift from alumnus Dr. Myron Kohler. This year, the award is given to Vivian Josie Bailey. The designation as salutatorian is an exceptional and singular prestigious academic honor that is bestowed on the student who shows the second highest academic record, superior academic achievements, and reflects leadership, excellence, and impact on Columbia University. This year's salutatorian is Michael Wang. The Illig Medal is the highest honor awarded to an engineering graduate. This final prize is given to your valedictorian, the student with the highest average. The Illig Medal was established in 1898 by bequest from William C. Illig, E.M., 1882, and is awarded by the faculty to a member of the graduating class for commendable proficiency in his or her studies. We would now like to congratulate this year's recipient of the Illig Medal and your valedictorian for the class of 2011, Narasis Vestabun.
Good evening. I wish to share with you all today 3 ways in which I'm fortunate. The first reason why I'm lucky is for my nickname, Saint. I'm from Thailand, a country where people's nicknames range from watermelon, donut, pancake, and sweet pork, to bank, bomb, and even World Cup. Luckily, my mom came up with Saint. Another thing for which I'm grateful is my scholarship from the Royal Thai government. Without my scholarship, I would not have had a chance to leave my country, let alone come this far. The Thai government prepared Thai scholars for student life in America by sending us to a training camp, where we learned that it's stylish to let your boxers peek out of your pants. We also learned to say, "What's up, dog?" and the meaning of third base. They were that paranoid that we would not fit in, which leads us to the third thing for which I'm thankful. I feel so honored and privileged to be a member of the Columbia community, whose faculty and students hail from over 150 countries around the world. Although I have not been to any other countries besides my home and the US, I have learned so much more from the gifted and diverse people at Columbia than I ever could have just sitting around the world. 2 years ago, I helped organize a Thai cultural night that attracted a crowd of over 200 people. I was so heartwarmed by the support of cultural diversity at Columbia. And we were pleased that we were given a chance to remind people that Thailand is not Taiwan. I never cease to be amazed by the intellectual diversity at Columbia. To me, the most exciting part of being an engineer is solving real-world problems and using our innovative spirits to make an impact. The passion that Columbia professors share for their research is contagious. My research experience, thanks to Professor Allen, Professor Ross, and Professor Gravano, has made me so excited about the role that computer science plays in our rapidly changing world. Whatever is next for you in life, we all know we miss the little things that make Columbia our alma mater. From Primal Scream to Hallelujah Man and Hawk Mavinajad. We are all engineers, and each and every one of you has the drive, the intellect, and the Columbia spirits that enables us to make an impact. I'm so excited to see how we, CEAS alumni, make our marks in the world in the coming years. How? Surprise me!
I'd now like to call forward Daniel Chavello. Mr. Chavello received his Bachelor's of Science degree in 1975 from the Department of Civil Engineering and Engineering Mechanics. The following year, he was awarded a Master's of Science degree from the same department. He is currently the president of the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association and the parent of a Columbia graduate. Dan?
You did. Thank you, Dean Schollenberger. 36 years ago, I attended my own Columbia Engineering Class Day ceremony. And in 2009, I attended this same ceremony as a proud parent and watched my daughter graduate. This year, as president of the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association, affectionately referred to as CEAA, I have been given the honor to be among the first to congratulate you. As you may already know, all Columbia Engineering graduates are members of CEAA. So on behalf of our 23,000 members, welcome fellow alumni and congratulations, class of 2011. Now, as students, I'm sure you studied very hard for the right to become alumni of Columbia University. Now you will be members of the Columbia alumni community for the rest of your lives. And the good news is, in recognition of a bequest made by C.P. Davis, a fellow alumnus from the class of 1922, you will never have to pay any dues. So needless to say, all of you should take full advantage of this incredible lifetime honor. Just as it was important to be actively involved as students, it is equally important to remain involved as Columbia alumni. The rewards for doing so are invaluable. Renew old friendships and develop new relationships. Your classmates and professors are and will always remain a part of your Columbia family. And networking with other alumni is one of the best ways to help advance your career and to develop new business relationships. Enhance your professional skills. Columbia is one of the greatest universities in the world, and it's a great place to exchange ideas and keep abreast of the latest trends in engineering and other important subjects. Be nostalgic and create new memories. Now, I am sure you will all be graduating from Columbia with many great memories, just as I did. And I can personally say that Columbia continues to have a lasting and significant impact on my life. So speaking of memories, our Columbia University alma mater, Stand Columbia, reminds me of one of my favorite quotes by Archimedes painted on a wall in the SW Mudd Building. It reads, "Give me a place to stand, and I will move the earth." You have chosen to stand Columbia. You are now ready to move the earth. In other words, you are now ready to help make the world a better place. We, the members of your Columbia alumni family, are counting on you for outstanding leadership in the best Columbia tradition. Speaking of Columbia traditions, I hope to see the newest members of my Columbia family at many of the social, academic, and cultural events held throughout the year, especially next month during your first alumni reunion weekend. Of course, I also hope to see many of you on Homecoming Day in October, because this just might be the year Columbia wins the Ivy League title. And I promise, whenever you come back to campus, you will always feel like you are coming home. So once again, congratulations, class of 2011, and may each year bring you more health and happiness than those before and less than the years yet to come. Thank you. Now, one of my greatest honors as president of CEAA is to present this year's Distinguished Student Leadership Award in memory of Charles Candell. The Columbia Engineering Alumni Association created this award to honor a graduating senior who best exemplifies the qualities of outstanding engineering leadership and service to CEAA, including promoting the best interests of Columbia engineering, partaking in extracurricular activities connected with CEAA, actively contributing to student alumni affairs, and upholding the traditions established by past and present engineering alumni. Therefore, I am proud to present the 2011 Distinguished Student Leadership Award to Ms. Carla Williams. So I'm sure that you all realize that one of the reasons you are here today is thanks to some other accomplished scholars and engineers, the extraordinary professors of Columbia University. So the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association instituted the Distinguished Faculty Teaching Award based on student evaluations and recommendations of a special selection committee. This award is presented to distinguished faculty of Columbia University School of Engineering and Applied Science in appreciation of their enthusiastic dedication to excellence in teaching our undergraduates, their caring attitude and responsiveness to student concerns, and their ability to teach essential skills and complex subject matter. The first recipient is Stephen Nowick, Professor of Computer Science and Electrical Engineering at Columbia University and Chair of the Computer Engineering Program. He is currently an Associate Editor of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers Transactions on Computer-Aided Design, and also co-editor of the Association of Computing Machinery's Journal on Emerging Technologies in Computer Systems. Professor Nowick's main research has been on asynchronous and mixed timing digital system design with a focus on low power and high performance. His group has developed novel circuit structures for these designs, as well as computer-aided design tools for their synthesis, analysis, and optimization. Professor Nowick is a fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, a recipient of the National Science Foundation Career and Research Initiation Awards, and he received an Alfred Sloan Research Fellowship. He also received numerous awards for best papers and for his outstanding asynchronous research and design. He holds 10 U.S. patents. He is known inside the classroom as an incredible lecturer who never fails to challenge his students to approach problems in new and dynamic ways. Many of his students commented that Professor Nowick encouraged them to really think like engineers, installing a new engineering mindset that goes beyond the standard model of teaching. Therefore, the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association takes great pride, along with the class of 2011, in presenting one of this year's Distinguished Faculty Teaching Awards to Professor Stephen Nowick. The second recipient is Jeff Koberstein, the Percy and Vida Hudson Professor and former chair of the Chemical Engineering Department at Columbia University. After joining the Chemical Engineering faculty at Princeton University, he served as Professor of Chemical Engineering and Director of the Polymer Program at the University of Connecticut, where he also co-founded the university's Biomaterial Design Initiative. His current research interests include synthesis of ultra-thin ceramic and nanoparticle composite films, studies of the reorganization, modification, and patterning of functional polymer surfaces, and the development of smart polymer surfaces for biomaterial applications. He was named Distinguished Professor of Engineering at the University of Connecticut, and he received the Stein Award from the American Institute of Chemical Engineers and the Arthur Doolittle Award from the American Chemical Society. And he also was the recipient of the American Cyanamid Academic Award for his contributions to polymer surface science, for excellence in the science and art of chemical synthesis, and for training young people in its practice. Professor Koberstein was elected as a fellow to the American Physical Society and the American Institute of Chemical Engineers. He is the author of more than 125 research publications and has advised more than 50 PhD students. Within his classroom, he is known for his ability to connect to his students and being incredibly responsive. His clear and organized presentation of course material has become known by his students to be among the best for Columbia Engineering. Therefore, the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association takes great pride, along with you, the class of 2011, in presenting one of this year's Distinguished Faculty Teaching Awards to Professor Jeff Koberstein. So I would now like to introduce Feniaski Peñamora, Dean of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the Morris and Alma Shapiro Professor of Engineering at Columbia University. Dean Peñamora also holds academic appointments as Professor of Civil Engineering and Engineering Mechanics, Professor of Earth and Environmental Engineering, and Professor of Computer Science. Under his deanship, Columbia Engineering continues to be a globally renowned center for interdisciplinary research, as well as the college of choice for those students like you who seek a superb technical and liberal arts education in the greatest city of the world. So please join me in enthusiastically welcoming Dean Peñamora.
Thank you, Dan. But first of all, congratulations, the class of 2011. I clearly see that the weather has not dampened your spirit. So I think it is important that we also thank the people that have made this possible. So I would like you to stand, please, all of you. And now look towards where your parents, your family members, your loved ones are, and please thank them any way you feel appropriate with applauding, bowing. Now do not sit down, please. No, do not. Please look to the front, not at me, but at the faculty behind me. The faculty that have made it possible for you to be here today, the ones that have mentored you, support you, and really provide that ear when you needed something to talk about it, a particular problem that you wanted to address. So let's thank them for all their support. So now, please, sit down. President Bollinger, Provost Steele, where is Claude? Where is Claude? Claude? Okay. Dean Schollenberger, Dr. Izzo, members of the faculty, honored guests, alumni, parents, family members, and those whose accomplishment we celebrate today, members of Columbia Engineering graduating class of 2011. I know that you always will remember what your Columbia education has signified in your life: leadership, excellence, and impact, and where that education has taken place in the Columbia community. For some of you, it has been 4 years. For others, like the combined plan, has been 2 years. And for the masters and the PhDs, it has been anything from 1 year to 5 years or 6 years. And all today, we have a special class of our collaborative master's degree with the University of Bologna, which are graduating the first class, and we have actually 2 faculty members from the University of Bologna here present to celebrate that milestone. I call them the fancy ones, if you look at their, gown. So all of you here, no matter where you came from, arrive at Columbia Engineering as part of a group of the very finest students in the world. And now, yeah, that's true, you are. And now you're becoming part of the legacy of our school. a legacy that stretches back to the founding of Columbia itself in 1754 and continues up to today. A legacy that includes alumni who have won Nobel Prizes, who are innovators, who are titans of industry, who are astronauts. For example, Greg Johnson, the pilot of the space shuttle that successfully launched this morning. That's in your behalf of Class Day. You know, they were delaying the launching for you. As part of that legacy, you have the potential to impact society as dramatically as the alumni who have gone before you. In fact, this important transition from a student to alumnus or alumna will be witnessed by all of New York City when one of the nation's greatest landmarks, the Empire State Building, will light up in Columbia's colors, blue and white, on Wednesday, commencement night. As you look up to see this special display, know that you are an integral part of the community of scholars that are being honored by that display. So as you leave Columbia, you take the values of our community into the larger community outside our gates. You are privileged to be among the best and the brightest in the world, with one of the best gifts any person can have, a brilliant intellect. You have an innate ability to lead and to excel, and we hope we have nurtured and enhanced it while you have been here in this historical institution that we call our academic home, Columbia Engineering. At the same time that we recognize your talents, we also expect you to understand you have a responsibility that extends beyond the one that you have with your family and your loved ones, a responsibility to the society at large. You have the responsibility to give back at all the communities in which you belong. And remember, it does not matter how large or small your effort is, you can have a significant impact. Just think about chaos theory and the butterfly effect, where one flap of a butterfly's wing could create a hurricane a continent away. As engineers and applied scientists, we hold the promise of providing solutions that will address the grand challenges that face society today and tomorrow. That may be in health, in the mind and the body, in sustainability, in water, energy, or climate, or information, usage or overload, or in systems, the complexity or interdependency. So as you leave our Columbia engineering community, go forth to do good. Flap your wings widely and make us proud. Thank you. And now, on your behalf, I'm pleased to present 3 awards given by the school to honor the excellence, leadership, and impact of outstanding faculty members. The first award is the Kim Award for Faculty Involvement, established by Edward and Carol Kim, parents of Brian Kim, class of 2001. The Kim created this award to honor a faculty member who is not only an excellent teacher, but also shows a special personal commitment to a student. This year's winner of the King Award is John Kemises, assistant professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering. John joined the faculty in 2006, and since that time, he has developed a reputation for being extremely approachable, a good listener, and a wise counselor, directing his student studies and helping them understand their career goals. In recognition of his significant role in the lives of our students, as a supporter, as an advisor, as a mentor, I am pleased to present the King Award for Faculty Involvement to Professor John Kemises. The second award was created by engineering alumnus and university trustee Armen Avenesians and his wife, Janet, to honor a faculty member whose actions encourage women and men from diverse backgrounds to become part of the engineering academic community. This year, the award is given to Professor Kenneth Shepard of the Departments of Electrical Engineering and Biomedical Engineering. Professor Shepard joined the faculty in 1996 and has chosen to make Columbia Engineering his academic home. During his time here, he has been an advocate for recognizing the importance of diversity and was instrumental in supporting a new student organization called IQ for our LGBT engineers and scientists. For these contributions to our community, I'm pleased to present the Janet and Armen Avenesians Diversity Award to Professor Ken Shepard. The third faculty award, the Rodriguez Family Junior Faculty Development Award, was established by Ana Rodriguez, who received her bachelor's degree in 1986 and a master's degree in 1988, and her brother, Marcos Rodriguez, who received his bachelor's degree in 1983. They established this award to support the advancement of junior faculty in our school. This year, the Rodriguez Family Junior Faculty Development Award is given to Vanessa Ortiz, Assistant Professor of the Department of Chemical Engineering. Professor Ortiz joined our faculty in 2010 and has shown great passion for providing students with opportunities to become heavily engaged in engineering research. I'm pleased to present this year's Rodriguez Family Junior Faculty Development Award to Professor Vanessa Ortiz. And now, it's my great pleasure to introduce Columbia University President Lee Bollinger, who is shaping Columbia for future generations, a distinguished First Amendment legal scholar, and a passionate advocate of access to higher education for students from all backgrounds, whose farsightedness has set the path of the university's growth and the school growth for the coming decades. His inspiring vision for Manhattanville includes the interdisciplinary mind, brain, and behavior building, a research facility for the future of science, applied science, and engineering. While the global centers he has established around the world serve as an academic and research hub from which Columbia's scholarship will radiate. He has brought to the forefront the importance of science, applied science, technology, and engineering, while steadfastly championing the fine arts and the liberal arts in novel and substantial ways. He embodies the attributes that you all possess as graduates of our great school. He is a socially responsible leader whose work provides for the betterment of the human condition locally, nationally, and globally. Please join me in welcoming President Lee Bollinger.
Thank you very much, Fenny. I will have a chance to have you as a captive audience on Wednesday, and so I'm just going to make a few remarks today. I would first of all like to take this opportunity to recognize Dean Fenny, and he is many things, but he is certainly the most enthusiastic, the happiest dean of an engineering school in the United States. So Fenny, thank you very much. And I would just like to extend on behalf of the university a special welcome to the parents and families. Everybody here on this stage, everybody I think really in the audience, except perhaps for the students, realizes just how important this is on this occasion. When there was an opportunity, Fenny gave you the opportunity to thank your families and your parents, and the parents stood up and tried to identify you. it was just one very clear instance of just how much love and affection is present on this day. So thank you very much to all the parents and families. Just two things about you. I wish I knew what you know. Those of us who are outside of your field, I think almost always come to a point where we say, you know, this is a problem of technology. And if we could just perhaps solve it, we could solve the bigger problem. So when I think from a First Amendment standpoint or a free press standpoint about issues like global censorship, one of the issues I just don't understand and want to understand is, can technology be developed in a way to deal with problems of censorship around the world? That is an issue which those of us outside your field need to be able to answer, and you are the ones who can. Just the other day, I was talking to someone who is an expert in neuroscience, and they said, or he said, the problem we have is that we don't understand the brain because we haven't figured out the right experiments to do to lead us to that understanding. And that's because we haven't figured out the right technology that will give us the right experiments to understand the brain. And again, I think every single person who thinks about any subject comes eventually to you. So I wish I knew what you know. And the second point is that at the end of the day, real problems are not just technology problems, but they're human problems. And you have a distinctive education, having come to Columbia and seized and being part of the liberal arts education, that is highly unusual. And for that, I want to recognize you, and I want to express the greatest hope that you in your careers as graduates will bring that blend of humanity together with technology and really help solve the problems that we all face. So congratulations to all of you, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks.
Thank you, President Bollinger. I'd now like to introduce to you the Senior Fund Committee co-chairs, Chris Pulio and Tejay Kumar.
Thank you, Dean Schollenberger. At this time, we would like to recognize the members of the 2011 Senior Fund Committee. Would you please stand? Come on, stand up. Thank you.
It has been the distinct privilege of the Senior Fund Committee to work together and promote the importance of supporting this institution, which has provided so many great memories for us and the class of 2011. Although our time at Columbia as students is over, we are delighted to know that this campus will always be a home to us and that our Columbia journey continues as alumni.
The anticipation of this exciting, if not slightly terrifying moment is what brought the committee together at the start of this year. Together, we set out to reinforce those noble characteristics that define our class: pride, friendship, and the unquenchable thirst to use high-efficiency algorithms to simulate and achieve optimal scenarios amidst constrained labor resources. I apologize. I'm still getting used to talking to non-engineers.
Well, what Chris is trying to say is that our class once again proved its solidarity in supporting the school that has prepared us to be self-reliant while teaching us the necessity of teamwork. Perhaps more than any other discipline, the foundation of engineering is in collaboration. This is the truth our class has reaffirmed time and time again. From the classroom to the playing field, from gateway to senior design. Today's gift is just the most recent example.
At this time, would Dean Peñamora please join us? On behalf of the Senior Fund Committee and the class of 2011, we proudly present to you this scroll. On it is the full list of every senior who has participated in our class gift. We hope this shows our heartfelt appreciation to the school that has made such an incredible impact on our lives.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tejas, and all of you who have contributed to this fund. And this is an important testament of how much you value the university and the school, and how much you feel that they have given to you, that you still continue to be giving to the school. So thank you for this.
Columbia engineers open their hearts, but more importantly, their wallets. And to top it all, we secured a matching gift from a recent Columbia Engineering alum. Hence, our combined grand total that we present to Dean Peñamora today is $14,120. We are confident that this gift will play a valuable role in ensuring that future Columbia Engineering students enjoy as rich an experience as we did.
Finally, to our fellow members of the class of 2011, thank you for your friendship and support. In so many ways, we have left a mark on this institution which will be remembered for years to come. We encourage you to think about the many wonderful experiences we've had at Columbia and to remain involved and dedicated to the engineering school as alumni. Congratulations to us all.
Our next speaker received his Bachelor's of Science from the United States Military Academy at West Point. Before coming to Columbia, where he earned a Master's of Science in Engineering Management System, today he is a candidate for a second graduate degree, the Master's of Science in Industrial Engineering. Please welcome our graduate student speaker, Mr. Joshua Gaspard.
Thank you, Dean. And thank you, and that rowdy crowd up front. Thank you. Friends, family, welcome. And thank you for your dedicated support during our adventures through the engineering school and Columbia. Graduates, well done. You made it. You're sitting in the chairs you've been dreaming of for months or possibly years. For some, your journey through the academic rigors at Columbia was nothing more than a ride in a Ferrari. You sit down, you hit the accelerator, and you blew by everyone else. For others, it was a dark, treacherous, winding road filled with giant potholes, fallen trees, giant, scary monsters, aka professors, lurked around every bend, ready to challenge your every move. But you know what? You made it. It was the road less traveled, and in the end, it will make all of the difference. The engineering school is unique. It is a factory, and the output is professionals of action. While some of our sister schools ponder the meaning to life, we are geared to tackling tough problems, but not just dissecting, analyzing, and theorizing. We are built to action. We are doers. We meet the difficult areas head-on, ready for the analysis and all of the mumbo-jumbo that goes with it. But most importantly, we are ready to solve and implement solutions to those complex problems. And if we fail, that's okay, because our levels of commitment and perseverance are immeasurable. We will succeed. Never did anyone think the dark, dingy halls of mud building could produce this breed of individual. We sit here today and we wonder what tomorrow will be like. While I don't want to rush time, I wish I could hit the fast forward button and meet up with everyone in about 20 years, because in this crowd are people that will change the world. In this crowd is someone that will be on the team that cures cancer. In this crowd is someone that will crack the code to sustainable, affordable, clean energy. In this crowd is someone that is going to write a financial program that will make billions of dollars. Now, if that happens to be one of you, I said it first, and I'll take any form of payment. Now, all joking aside, the true power of our graduating class is that 99% of us will never make a global impact. We will not create a solution. We will not create a solution to a worldwide problem. Instead, we will directly influence our local communities. We will use our knowledge, skill sets, and passion to better our neighborhood schools, local governance, and the civil services of our community, all through the formulation and direct action and implementation of ideas and systems. We will be engaging our communities at the epicenter, influencing, enhancing, shaping, building a better way of life for our neighborhoods, taking place in hundreds of regions across the globe. So when I do see you 20 years from now, the greatness of our story will not be a single event that shaped the world. The greatness of our story will be intertwined and woven into the thousands of lives that each and every one of you have personally touched. Thousands of individuals that know you by name because it was you that changed their life. Thousands of people and mothers and fathers that hope their sons and daughters follow in your footsteps because of the direct inspiration you have had on their life. And through this localized determination, enthusiasm, and devotion, each of you will give us a better planet. I can't wait to hear your story in 20 years. It's time to change the world.
Thank you, Joshua. At this time, each graduate will be invited onto the stage for recognition. Dan Chiavello, Sumit Shah, and Russell Baccalini, leaders of our alumni community, will present each member of the class of 2011 with the school's insignia on behalf of the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association. So if you could all please refrain from applause until all members of the class have returned to their seats.
Norasis Vesterpun, Michael Hao Wang, Amanda Lee Ming Tan, Andrea Ann McKinnon, Matthew Alexander Hato, Carla Tricia Williams, Dora Abina Kwarko, Mike Jim Lynchy, Kunal Gupta, Douglas Burton Yolan, Sushant Avinash Sabnas, Zachary Campbell Akadi, Andrew George Knowlton, Matthew Diogenes Hamilton, Sylvia Pack, Justin Alexander Kim, Vivian Josie Bailey, Sarah Elizabeth Glazer, Ajit C. Pillay, Aaron Matthew Pollack, Richard Lee, Humphrey Wang, Li Bin Chung, Albert Chen, Anthony Albert Koya, Christopher Ward Pulio, Tejas Kumar, Lauren Elizabeth Pulley, Clark Michael Granham, Josie Sun, Natalia Baklitskaya, Christine Ye, Mei Chung, Alan Trubelia, Sakil Subakrishna, Brian Andrew Kipp, Charles Green Jr., Amanda Ariella Wild, Michael Wang, Idrisul Fermina Somi, Edward Mosley, Stephen James D., David Benjamin Platt, Monica Evelisi Ramirez Santana, Elba Garza, Maya Yi Lu, Frederick Martin Lowenthal, Stephen Salandi, Maxwell Merrill Gilmore, Manisha Neelam Barnes, Mengzi G, Dilcia Edith Loomis, Eric Bucci McKenna, Ji-Yun Kim, Lima Tasman, Deborah Liang, Nicole Sienmei Wee, Vipa Oak Pia Sambatkun, Nopvan Wira Nopenan, Jasmine Alexis Jackson, Nicholas Palmaro, Christopher John Elizondo, Matthew Spencer Rendelli, Ashwin Ramachandran, Valerie Lee, Jeff Yang, David Arishayevitz, Rebecca Mary George, Joseph Knox Enova, Benjamin Samuel Ludman, Alexander Harrison Weinstein, Jordan Gregory Shaw, Philip Back, David Jeho Lee, Hisu Kim, Christopher George Kyriakakis, Christopher Roman Castellano, Pankil H. Desai, Neha Sanjeev Peralka, Christopher Charles Bonafide, Laura Lee Wirtz, Daniel Benjamin Gledhill, Jenny Ruiz, Laure Hélène Michelon, Kelly Alexandra Valencia, Claudia Soriano, Errol Saban, Pinar Ademobu, Elif Tekbas, Ebru Chismeji, Kerem Gurjan Oral, Nilkant Jitendra Patel, Mohammed Sheikh, Kimberly Amanda Lipman White, Gary Kanbo Zhang, Heidi Shafiqun Ahmed, Emma Leora Lebwal, Philip Louis Dupree, Jess Robert Bentert,
John Wesley Graham, Megan Lynn Schultz, Melissa Ann Pally, Lily Zhang, Alexander Gregory Comiskey, Samantha Lauren Ainsley, Yuru Nu, Morris Kaunda Michael, Josimar Luna, Albert Cow, David Yang, David Kwong Hoon Kim, Nicholas Huang, Cindy Huang, Jeffrey James Poon, Nathan Cyril Dadup, Akhil Mehta, David Matthew Krantz, Michael Paul Hernandez, Daniel Ellie Lasry, Connor Daniel Rusomano, E. Peng Huang, Daniel Gibbons Wilkie, Nina Ning Zhang, Christopher Pratt Blinn, Xiao Wang, Vincent Lau, Ryan Weng, Jason Bang, Phil Wu, Carrie Chang, Dan Eiter, Rachel Ashley Berga, Pamela Winfong Liu, Avanti Bharat Adia, Vinod Kumar Vemuri, Kavita Jaya Vemishetty, Vaidehi Nayar, Arungiri Venkateson, Jaehoon Jason Ree, Lucas Yi Chi, Edward Chen, Conrad Ho, Morgan Audrey Urello, Chris L. Sosa, Sarah Elizabeth Bartensky, Adit Patel, Benjamin Jacob Mann, Cindy Michelle Zhang, Christian David Whitehouse, Elliot Isaiah Wyckoff, David C. Shea, Charles Ignatius Palin, Brendan McKeon, Alexandra Rose Pizer, Alexander McCurdy, Dhruv Mitru, Karen Renee Tulig, Milo Culligan Snyder, Kelsey Brianna Free, Chernel Ashley Thomas, Neethi Shah, Samuel Chin, Alice Naiting Hu, Sue Yun Kim, Esther Kim, Bailey Yip, Josh Mitchell, Kenneth Harvey, Stephen J. Chow, Jesse Paul Lute, Lawrence Isaiah Morris, Andrew Bauer Stiegler, Melissa Moy, Mira Maria John, Clayton John Dahlman, Patrick Hahn, Madalena Ene, Daniela Isidra Gizadu, James G. Luan, Graham Edward Norton Johnson, Wisu Che, Owais Rasul, Max Sumargo, Andy Liu, Eric Lee, Matthew William Brown, Anjani Chantal Sriram, Jae Hoon Kim, Jo Ning Lee, Adebola Victoria Adeniran, Victoria Lee Sun, Samantha Gwendolyn Jakoviak Conway, Catherine Carol Fowles, Lydia Nye, Justin Wayne Zarozny, Sahil Divyang Shah, Brian Wong, Ali Saeed Abbas, Robert Philip Post, Patrick Jiaming Chang, Kyler Bryce Siegel, Arun Kumar Golakota, Hussein Abdul Jalil Al-Shihabi, Leah Margaret Burson, Elizabeth Patricia Kierstead, Blake Alexander Arnold, Daniel Scott Fetterman, Diane Margaret Taylor, Hananel Brayman, Hagit Sima Brayman, David Diaz Ordinario,
Long Pan, Harris Kessler Efron, Benjamin Isaac Albert, Vladimir Stockman, Duncan Lee Jackson, Bikram Sin Rana, Deepak Gokpal Ramaswamy, Rajiv Mitra, Kamal Nayan Yichor, Min Sulyo, Ko Fan, Sung Tai Kim, Daniel Joseph Brass, Michael Brandon Bifano, Frank Douglas Golub, Subhajit Chatterjee, Michael Stephen Mura, Daniel Jose Izquierdo, Amir Mazaheri-Poor, Nicholas Ignacio Cortes, Rajan Elliott Banerjee, Carl Jean Bart, Vadim Kuklov, David Allen Sassouni, Pamela Eme Sanchez, Martha Ann Koroshets, Daniel William Cosson, Alexander Shap Quinlan, Earl Andre Wilson, Scott Michael Rogowski, Yu-Ji Zhang, Kyle Burton Wendler, Michael Costas Zapas, Andrew Robert Maloney, Shay Gordon McKeon, Daniel Aaron Goltz, Blake Stephen Pollard, Axel Ivan Sens Rodriguez, Dan Zhang Li, Amy Zhang, Kai Shuang, Pen Fei Gao, Lauren Alyssa Koch, Irene Alvarado, Connie Q, Nicholas Chack, Justin Merced, Luke Benjamin Paradis, Cameron Jacob Gilbert, Kyle Chow, Patrick Michael Fox, Justin Dottavio, Ruben Mungai, Ashley Nicole Ellenson, Micah Ryan Babbitt, Catherine Ann Lin, Lisa Wang, Aileen Yan, Albert Yatsunen Go, Chun Ye, Alfredo Ramirez, Rex Chen, Maria Riskova, Julian Dorothy Quinn, Stephen Andrew Yang, Justin Jeff Chow, Jennifer Ann Vettel, Vincent Martin Repucci, Sarah Elizabeth Schiller, Kelly Joan Westby, Laura Veronica Bendernagel, Rachel Yingwei Shi, Mai Ti Ting Hung, Julie Dinnerman, Redit Sebi, Sega Seleshi Mengitsu, Brandon Jamal Shipman, Akua Mensa Bonsu, Naya Daimo, Matthew William Schwartz, Elizabeth Ann Rice, Peter Sabino, Rachel Heejin Bach, Oinbul Lee, Ambreen Rahman, Rebecca Alexandre, Sipta Herwana, Javan Cooper, Dexter Peter Hippolyte, Philip Albert de Armendi, Ridvan Mohamed Sami, Kyle Joseph Armington, Joseph Nicholas Ferrone, Hung Bin Tan, Bruce Garro, Yugun Kim, Min Soo Kim, Sang Yeb Chung, Young Yun Lee, Ya Yun Kim, Jessica Soon Young Park, Fei Fei Chu, April Renee Trusty, Claire Bishen Wang, Michaela Eun Chung, Eric Hirani, Jordan James Calloway, Nicholas Juan Velasquez, Claudia Marcela Sanchez, Irina Dimitrova.
At this time, we would like to present the candidates for the Master of Science degree. Timothy S. Jacobus Monk. Joshua Michael Gaspard. Christian Nielsen Garnett. David Philip Stein. David Iron Rink. Sasha Julie Gupel. Rachel Diane Horning. Ji-Sung Kim. Minho Han. Sebastian Alexander Kerwan. Wilmer Serta. Carmen Michelle Marin. Trevor Doolin. David Chenga Moon. Liam Michael Cahill. Timothy Andrew Mayo. Matthew William Carbone. Ramazan Topdemar. Anishwa Deb. Smoothri Vishwanathan. Vinay Sharma. Kapil Verma. Chinmay Gayakwad. Amandeep Singh. Priyank Singh. Daniel Mark Teeger. Scott Thomas Stanko. Dislava Kucheva Shanturova. Ala Saleh. Samantha Patricia Kennelly. Elizabeth Ann Burns. Precious Lace Laurent. Dennis Antonio Powell. Shundan Kumar. Supreet Kandate. Ukash Sharma. Subade Shawala. Rohit Sethi. Rahul Jain. Shipra Srivastava. Neethi Wadadumurti. Melody Sakarasintran. Andrea Cabral. Colin Michael Ravenscroft. Matthew Michael Poss. Michael Emmanuel Anatanakis. James Andrew Muser. Joseph Edwin Romero. Shannon Tan. Linan Yang, Ye Zhang, Michael Prasad, Tianyo Gao, Beiying Wen, Liu Di, Ji Hua, Bhaskar Akina, Jinying Shu, Anish Brumunka, Eric Michael Metz, Clark Theodore Gordon, David Maxwell Dubois, Brian Anthony Smith, Marwan Afiri, Maria Uzanoglu, Shuwei Chen, Jin Wang, Sherry Shuao Shea, Joey Zhao, Hao Zhang, Fang Shi, Xian Su, Iran Wang, Abdulkadir Amar, Jaya Lakshmi Alamaseti, Zanadin Nubarwala, Jennifer Howard, Connie Sunil Raj, Rupal R. Shaha, Arthi Venakaratraman, Kala Al-Najjar, Shu Bai, Zisong Shu, Xiao Tan, Wenhan Zhang, Yisui Zhu, Changji Wang, Dijon Chu, Lu Lu, Emmanuel Sean Peters, Zitong Wei, Yang Wang, Zhang Lei, Zhao Liu, Quan Yuan, Guahe Her, Yuan Feng, Yuan Sun, Zhu Han, Lena Lin, Lena Ma, Kanye Vincent Guo, Nan Lu, Wao Chen Liu, Guangwei Zhang, Dawei Liu, Luzu Li, Jinan Chen, Nandan Bhat, Tyler Boyd Carson, Daniel Eric Marasco, Aliza Brianna Gordon, Raha Hakamdavar, Yanzi Zhang,
Hai Lin Young, Daniel Miao, Yuanda Gao, Weiji Shao, Bin Wang, Hao Wang, Yufei Wang, Deepak Subramanian, Scoot Edward Marston, David Coy Cease, Yi Chun Lin, Onan Munir Muin, John Adams Schertz, Na Yoon Lee, Rajat Bose Roy, Men Ye Lu, Jie Hu, Wu Xiaowei, Tao Ya Lan, Roshi Jiang, Jing Wang, Kai Sheng John, Kyle Nicholas Stevens. Jean-Baptiste Denard. Marc-Antoine de Morat. David Lasafru. Matthew Antoine Diblay. John Frederick Rodriguez. Stefano Angelini. Sarah Bernardani. Marco Cipoletti. Lorenzo Benedetti. Andre Coulé. Alberto Guarasise. Stefano Braganti. Benjamin Haldan Clixbull. Debbie Soon. Alejandra Salaveria. Estasios Paras Girardordis. Dimitrios Spartiostis. Michaela Mariangela Talo. Dario Felatiangeli. Davida Trizinino. Yasmin Fatima Afsar. Peter Joseph Traverso. Jeremy Kenneth McEwen. Andrea Del Olio. Sarah Sarakiloi. Ji Do Kwan. Nicholas Choi. Sing Hyun Song. Hei Jung Yi. In Jung Kim. Ying Ying Liu. Chao Ling Chen. Wei Hong Liao. Julian Lucas Charel. Guillaume Oren. Pascal Notain. William Lee. Si Chang Pyo. Henry Lin. Richard Lowe. Nelson Felipe Lorca. Arjit Haridas. Yuki Utsumiya. Guan Yang. Adriana Kukokichi. Remy Berda. Arthur Caron. Francois Ronsain. Coltide Begoronwe. Clement Pinon. Francois Desoir. Stanley O'Reilly. Matthew Cambornac. Dimitri Skule Logethetti. Cyril Vino. Camille Srow. Ivan Justin. Yusuf Sarawi. Louis van Roosendaal. Jamie Andres Silva. Indira Hernandez. Jun Soo Kim Choi. Yogi Saxena. Anne-Marie Sikia Katolela. Florent Dopone. Alexandre Gallet. Guillaume Hanadouche. Yushi Nina Jiang. Benjamin Odo. Emmanuel Kiss. Clement Gagay. Jeremy Chikokowski. Basel Maher Aris. Lynn Mazloum. Kemal Patel. Boni Chinsky. Bridget Martin Kane. Evelyn Yin Tong Chen.
Yin Yang Jiao. Ji Hu. Gillian Bachman Ferreira. Jeremy Ruha. Barbara Kiskowski. Talion Bakalaglu. Ryan Bodekane. Guillaume Obard. Sylvia Hope Nicholas. Kathy Chen. Stephanie Chang. Bianca Nicole Howard. Davija Dujaroy. Ayushi Daftari, Bryce Henry Azelno, Michael Holyoke, Purashu Patel, Mino Nuvaya, Yilan Helen Wong, Leah Lederer, Harrison Everett Adler, Manuel Entrana, Quentin Jalara, Thibaut Krin, Yumoko Fujisawa, Derek Ho, Kirill Rumansky, Jonathan Paul Kusabuki, Eileen Wang, Duo Lee, Singlang Pei, Li Li, Jason Ping, Chelsea Wang, Sinchai Ang, Heyman Alice Chuang, Yi Sing Liu, Jia Ming Hu, Lysander Chan, Fernando Castillo, Evangelia Sciani, Cynthia Spanu, Ellie Kostranaki, Jessica Wang Hong Det, Bing Zhong Quan, Hyamin Lee, Paul Atkinson, Michael Rodney Chandler, Ashish Bandari, Michael Joseph Roy, Camille Mekuware, David Edwin Nomar, Demetrios Mamadas, Bertan Ilbach, Angelos M. Markakis, Hantong Song, Usman Mahmoud, Andrew Darosher, Nadia Marie Whittington, Dusheng Zhao, Xiao Guo, Li Chuan Fu, Xiaoyang Shi, Tay Li, Jing Chu, Ji Kai, Meng Li, Ingza Desai, and Kaksha Gajabi, Eric Haviland, Destin Lynch, Bushin Chin, Ryan Thomas Pinnell, Quan Yu Chen, Shao Hansel Sai, Yinglang Liu, Yuri Plotkin, Gwen Brink Efgun, Edmund Yu, Kairoy Wang, Bingda Zhang, Sierra Aileen Altiok, Avran Kim, Varun Marindra, Akash Ajmira, Manho Tuskar Sanguva, Shashank Melakot, Elian Kabkab, Diathri Choi, Pilju Moon, Ranjit Carvel Anapu, Azadeh Sharif, Adrian Wright, Umar Alize, Ofor Edan, Sano Ravin Sampat, Sarah Elizabeth DeLeo, Matthew Eric Downs, Christian Loren Lee, Kyle Jeffrey Ficker, Xiao Xiao Chow, Yang Shin, Yu Hao, Shen Li, Yishi Wang, Elin Shu, Chi Lian, Kartik Kumar Shrivastava, Anakita Nayak, Dinesh Babu Maganuth Makidashnan, Shmithri Ravi, Ramaswamy Devajaranjan, Mukund Jha, Tarun Sharma, Vikas Bajwa, Praneeth Ramurthy, Roy Fei Wang, Shin Chin, Gina Ma, Lapke Wang, Kaylin Fu, Ahmet Hamdi Kavushulu, Manish Vanasani, Hussevifa Narilawa, Shilpa Miriala, Nithra Maria Sebastian, Varun Anup Jalin, Huskad Friolotia, Mandar Shashank Moi, Wanting Lin, Li Hang Lu, Ji Li, Xiao Liu, Xiao Hin Se, Tai Shu Lin, Ting Chung Feng, Chao Shi Shi, Ray Soon, Shan Ji, Zhang Kao, Sharuti Aurora, Prene Darmale, Shranik Sadagal, Karanshu Soni, Rohit Jain, Samina Ruman, Jayatna Sebi, Chinyu Chen, Yi Chang, Chenlin Lu, Nan Hu, Hao Soon, Yang Liu, Bari Narayan Paryagai, Alvin Tantri, Cindy Muyasamita, Najia Bao, Bader Abdul Rahman Hijera, Nizreen Ibanata Adalusi, Mule Idris Alawi, Roberto Buisid, Elmanuel Valeria, Marcelo Roca, Derek Jeffrey Wang, Kavutu Hu Bu, Kang Chen.
So please join me in congratulating the class of 2011. Immediately following the conclusion of the ceremony, we invite you to join us for a reception over in Hamilton Lawn to congratulate your graduates. We ask that you remain seated until the recessional has concluded, and we're going to close the Class Day exercises with singing of Stand Columbia and Roar Lion Roar by our Columbia students. The lyrics are in the back of your program.
Mother stayed on rock eternal, crowned and set up on a height, glorified by light supernal. In thy radiance we see light. Torch thy children's lamps to kindle, beacon star to cheer and guide. Stand Columbia, alma mater, through the storms of time abide. Stand Columbia, alma mater, through the storms of time abide. Ba 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 ba, dum dum dum. When the bold teams of old, full of blue and white, deeds of fame made their name here at Old Columbia. Nowadays we can praise fighting teams again. Hear the lion roar his pride, while the men of Morningside follow the blue and white to victory roar, Lion roar, and make the echoes of the Hudson Valley fight on to victory evermore, while the sons of Knickerbocker rally round Columbia, Columbia, shouting her name forever, roar, Lion roar, her alma mater on the Hudson shore, roar.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present our newest alumni, the Columbia Engineering Class of 2011.